Planet Zoo, Planet Zoo, it's time to play Planet Zoo. Hello, welcome back to Planet Zoo. This is Martini 4. We're here again at Talbot National Zoo, and today we're working on the greater flamingo habitat. I wanted to put it right here next to the tortoises from the very first episode, just to kind of fill in this little area. I did not pay attention to the size. I thought it was going to be big enough, but it was not. Not even for one flamingo. So, towards the end of this recording, I start another recording where I tear out all of this back area and have to expand the back of the habitat to make it large enough for the flamingos. So I just wanted to, I didn't want people viewing it from the path from behind. I just wanted to have a couple of viewing areas. So I just wanted to block it all off with rocks and just make a little wall. I don't usually make a straight wall of rock like that, but I was trying to save on space and didn't want to put the larger ones in. I didn't really want to move the pathway because of the way it comes right in the middle of that waterfall up there at the top. But I think I ended up having to just kind of veer off to the side a little bit. So yeah, the flamingos I've seen can be pretty touchy when it comes to their stress levels. So I wanted to make sure to give them as much privacy, but still have the guests be able to see them. So you'll see when I do the foliage and some more rock work and stuff, there's only a couple of viewing areas for the guests to see them. So so far playing, I haven't had any issues with them being stressed out until they had a few babies, and then of course they run out of space. But other than that, they've been pretty good. So this might be the only episode this week that I get out. I've had some sick children, so it's hard to do any type of recording when the family's here. Also, I'm, I don't want to bother anyone with my weird nonsense that I'm doing here, but I also don't want a bunch of background noise, and my house gets pretty loud when the kids are here, and once they go to bed, I'm too tired to do anything, so I go to bed as well. So the only time I really get to record is when they're at school, and with the little one being sick, he hasn't been going to school here lately. The only reason I'm recording now is because his mom just took him to the doctor. So I'm here for a few minutes by myself till I have to go pick the other one up from the school bus. So here I originally was not going to put in like a backstage area or anything like that, because there's a keeper hut right across the way at the tortoises that the keepers can use. But once I started building and put the flamingos in, I realized that they do need hard shelter. So I end up having to go back and squeeze in just a little bitty, like a bamboo shack, I think is what I do. I was really, really happy with this layout and this build. It was too bad that it was too small, because I thought it looked pretty good. Um, it doesn't look bad when I fix things and move it back, but it just doesn't have that same feel to it. And here I'm removing some of the rock, and I was just going to use the elephant grass, but come to find out, the guests still stop and look through the grass, I guess, to view the flamingos. So that was weird. But that was another thing I fixed when I had to expand. Putting in those giant rhubarbs, I love the way they look, but they're so huge. They don't fit in very many habitats that I've built yet. Maybe in the future I'll build some larger habitats where they look a little more to scale. So here I'm just putting down a bunch of these little aquatic rock piles, just to make it look a little more natural, like things have fallen off and crumbled, a little gravelly. I do wish there was a gravel tool or something along those lines other than just the gravel path. Maybe in the future, right? So here I don't usually turn these guys up on the side, and I don't know why I don't ever think of doing things like that. I always keep it flat with the ground, but yeah, putting them up on their side like that kind of gives the illusion of it being piled up with rock. And I wanted to use a couple of different variations to give it a little more texture, instead of just using one kind of rock throughout the whole habitat. I started doing that a lot more lately, using like temperate and like the taiga rocks in one habitat. So it just kind of brings a little more color to everything instead of just making it all the same thing. Here, just putting in some of the grass in throughout the little rocks like everyone does. Just trying to keep the different kinds of foliage down to a minimum. It's hard to do when you have such a big selection to go with. And of course, I gotta decorate the underwater stuff. Don't want to just leave that. I'm always torn on whether or not I should put anything down there, because you don't really see it, but I'll know that it's not done. So that's why I usually do it. And then here, just keeping along with the same theme on the fences. Just borrowed them from the other habitat there and pulled them over. And I continue on with the landscaping as well, as far as the flowers and plants go for the landscaping. Just kind of keep it all tied together. And inclines are always difficult for me. I don't know if I should turn the fences or just raise them up like I did here. I figured I'd give this a shot, see how it looks. It didn't look bad. I don't know, maybe when I have more time or more patience, I'll tilt my fencing and make it follow the land instead of just raising it straight up. So yeah, like I said, here's the the landscaping, getting that in. Just pulled off the other plants and used those. And I was trying to figure out what to do for the habitat board, and I wanted something different, but I wasn't sure what. And I decided to just go kind of corny with it and just kind of make a pink flamingo sign. In other zoos that I've made, just learning the game, every habitat, I was making giant signs like this to introduce guests to the habitat as they came up to it. I like it on some things, but I guess not everything needs it. And then here I decided to put it right in the middle of the viewing area just to kind of block it off just a little bit more. Just to kind of give those flamingos just a little more privacy. And yeah, here I decided to put in some hard shelter for them. I think I was doing it mostly, I was just going to hide their food and water dish, but I ended up not putting their food and water dishes in there because it was too small, really. I got a few piles of bedding in, and that was about it. I don't really know if they used the bedding or not, but it's there. Yeah, I had a weird glitch going on with the game there. It got stuck on that. I don't know what it was. I couldn't move anything around or deselect or select anything, so I had to exit out of the game and just reboot it. And it seemed to do the trick, so I don't know what it was. And then here, just trying to figure out what to do with the door. Just kind of cover up that doorway, the hole there. I didn't want to do anything too fancy, but just wanted to make it look a little nicer. And then just going with a simple thatch roof here. And I was just going to leave the back end open because it's all blocked off by rock anyway. And of course I had to move that rhubarb because it was just too big. And you see here how small it is on the inside. I removed some of the stuff and it's still small. I was hoping that enrichment pool would work underwater, but I guess the zookeepers can't get to it when it's like that. If somebody has been able to get that to work, point me in the right direction, because I think it looks a lot better underwater than just sticking out in the open. Sorry about that. That was probably a really loud scratch. Here we go, getting the work zones all worked out and set up. Getting my flamingos ordered and into place. Decided to go all corny out. Go all out being corny with the pink donation boxes there. Here, this is where I realize I do not have enough space whatsoever. I try to move some things around to make it work, but there was no way I was getting enough room for them. So, while I was thinking about what to do, I just kind of followed them around a little bit. Just check them out. Could probably have cut this or slowed it down some. I am not very good at editing at this point. Yeah. Circling around. Still trying to figure out what to do, and here's where I decided, okay, just come back and have at it. Just take this all out and expand. It's a little frustrating when you have to do this because, like I said, I like the way it looked. It was really a small habitat, but to me it felt nice and cozy and it looked pretty cool. So now I'm just moving out my barriers just to see how much space I'm actually creating and if it's enough. And as you see, it's barely enough for the animals that I have in there. So yeah, once they start having offspring, it gets a little cramped for them. So yeah, nothing too special in this episode. Probably nothing you haven't seen before. It is almost Thanksgiving, so this will probably be the episode that comes out right before Thanksgiving. I don't think I'll get another one out before then. It is the Monday before as I'm recording this. So I was hoping to get 2 episodes out this week, but like I said, kids are sick, one of them anyway, and they only have 2 days of school this week, so time is a little limited. So I hope everyone has nice plans for Thanksgiving to spend with family and friends. If not, we're just gonna stick to our little family here and have our little Thanksgiving dinner. And there you see I had to just swing the path around. I wanted it to branch off right in the middle behind that waterfall. And so I just had to come out a little bit and then swing it around really quick. But that's all right. Things aren't always perfect. And after doing that, I decided to go ahead and leave a little viewing area up top here for people. Just so it didn't get so crowded down below. And I was trying to take the path right up to the barrier, but there wasn't quite enough room. So I just moved the barrier back and called it a day on that. And I'm putting some of this grass back, not all of it, just kind of pushing it in here and there, filling up the spaces in between the path and the rocks. And then here, since I have the room, I go ahead and place that pool out of the water, so the keepers can get to it and the flamingos can actually use it. And now I have to go back and replace a bunch of my decorations that I deleted. Which at this point, after getting frustrated with everything, it kind of puts a damper on the decoration process, so I don't think it ends up looking as good as it did. But it's not too bad. I didn't call it in, so. And I always I always forget to put, I don't know, like large piles of rocks or little, I don't know what you'd call it. I don't know, just little mounds in the middle. I always end up leaving everything in the middle open. And some of my habitats just feel flat and I don't know, just not as detailed as they could be, I guess. But I always think from the guest perspective, and I don't want to block their view from everything. But the animals do need privacy, so I guess that's how it balances out in the end. So I think I'm coming up on the end of the speed build here. Thank everyone for joining me again. Hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. If I do put out another episode, then I will tell you Happy Thanksgiving again. Otherwise, have a great Thanksgiving, guys. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Drop me a comment. Let me know how things are going with you, how I'm doing here. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.
silapha sizowakha, isibonga silapha thina sizowakha.